Hey everybody, Luxinda Swirl here. We are going to be working on something we haven't done for a while, which is a temporary tattoo on a glow-in-the-dark tumbler. There are some new, at least new to me, tattoos on Amazon pertaining to Alice in Wonderland, which I find very exciting. I love the Cheshire Cat. So I grabbed this one because it looks perfect for dividing in half and putting each half on one side of a tumbler. So I've prepped a tumbler. Here's our 30 ounce. This is a 30 ounce skinny straight from Craft Haven. I will link to them below. I'll link to the Amazon below, Amazon page where I found the tattoos. I'll link to everything below. So I prepped the cup by sanding, washing it, then spray painting it with a layer of matte white, Rust-Oleum 2X, and then 3 layers of Rust-Oleum glow-in-the-dark paint. So Walmart, Home Depot, even Target, I've been able to find it there. So glow-in-the-dark, it's Rust-Oleum. So I have my glow cup ready, and now we are going to put the temporary tattoo directly onto the spray paint. The halfway point that I'm going to cut through is right here under the cards and above the smoke from the worm smoking the hookah. So we're going to cut it right there. Now the trick is going to be, the cup it has a circumference of a hair over 10 inches. And this at its widest is 6 inches, and this at its widest is 5 inches. So there is some overlap. So I've decided that once I get the two halves cut apart, I am going to trim up through here. Not too much. I really want the Cheshire Cat. I want the worm. I forget his name, isn't that terrible? I want the hookah guy, I want the potion, and I want Alice. So what's going to go is the toadstool and the rose here on the side, and unfortunately even the bat, probably, if that's what that is. I'm not sure there's a bat in Alice in Wonderland, but you know, I may leave part of that. Just cut right up there. Let's begin. I'm going to start by cutting it in half, as I've already described. So I'll do that. And I am going to begin, because Alice and the hookah guy are going to stay complete, I'm going to put this side on first. And then we'll deal with trying to place the other side on it as carefully as possible. Okay, so the things to remember about doing temporary tattoos is they are covered with a protective sheet of film, and you have to pull that off before you can transfer it to anything. But once you pull it off and put it down on the transfer surface, you can't pick it up and move it around. You're basically committing yourself when you put it on, because parts of it will start to stick, and if you try and pick it up and move it, you will end up tearing the tattoo, potentially. And then we are going to load up some paper towels and get it wet. Okay, I'm going to cut off the extraneous stuff just so I'm not dealing with it. You also want to cut off the stock number down at the bottom, or it will transfer onto your cup as well, which I guess is no horrible thing, but it certainly isn't necessary. Okay, now I have my transfer. I'm going to take the protective film off. Very staticky. Put everything aside. Okay, this goes up. Switch hands and do this backwards. So here we go. All right, I am now fully committed. going to get everything on here good and wet and continue to press down, encouraging the whole thing to transfer onto the cup. I'm going to do this for a couple of minutes. Err on the side of too much time. Okay, now you can, yep, okay. That part's coming off, so we're just going to hopefully take the whole thing off with no problem and see how it turned out. Oh, they even reversed the drink me. Look, isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Phantasmagorical. All right, I am now going to let this dry completely before we move on to the next side. So stay tuned. Okay, we're back. The cup is relatively dry now. The tattoo is dry, so I'm going to go on to the second side. And as I've stated, I think I'm just going to cut right up here. This is where my nerves start getting the better of me, because I have to be mindful of what's already on here and try and line everything up so it works perfectly, and that's virtually impossible, and I've never done this particular design before. So that makes it even more fun. All right, so there's the top. There's the bottom. All right, so I sort of want it like that. Down for the moment. Peel this protective film off. Now, and now, there we go. I will endeavor to do this as best I can. And we are now committed. All right. Get the towels wet again. Put them on. Come on. Okay. Hold everything in place, put some pressure on it. Moment of truth. Hey, it worked. Got a little bit of overhang, but we'll just tuck that in. A little bit of gappage, but that's not a problem. Look, folks, look, isn't she beautiful? She and he. So we got our hookah guy, we got our Cheshire Cat, we've got Alice, we've got the potion bottle with Drink Me. Things are good. I will address the gap here and here, probably with a little alcohol ink. I'll see what I can find, maybe to match this aqua blue, because that would be so pretty. And we're back. Okay. We're back in the craft room. So I haven't gotten very far with this. I went to put some stuff on the bottom. I tried to use some of the parts I'd trimmed off, the leftover bits, to sort of jigger together, I don't know, a plant or something to put on the bottom, and it didn't work. It failed miserably. It got overlapped and torn, and usually the bottom is the easy part. So it was a total wipeout on that one. And as you can see, I've kind of made a mess of things. I used acetone to get off as much of the failed tattoo as possible. Then I painted it white and I painted over it with glow paint, all using a brush. So now that I have brush marks, I was afraid if I tried to do, even if I covered everything up and tried to do spray paint on the bottom, I would get some spray somehow on my beautiful tattooed sides. So I'm not doing that. I did come up with a solution to what to put on the bottom, which is going to be a Cheshire Cat sticker. But before I put that on, I figured this would be a good time to get cracking with the blue alcohol ink. Now I originally was going to put it here to mask these gap parts. And I am going to do that, but I'm also going to use it on the bottom to try and camouflage how ugly that looks. So let us commence. I have my makeup sponge. I have my blue. This is Tim Holtz Ranger in Cloudy Blue. I went through all the blues and I put them on a paper towel and held them up next to the blues on the tattoo. And this seemed to be the one that was going to be the closest match. I usually wear a glove because by the time I'm done putting the alcohol ink on and then tapping, I end up with a very pigmented finger if I don't wear gloves. So I'm wearing gloves on the one hand. All right, let's see how this looks. I figure the bottom is already kind of a mess, so this won't hurt too much. I don't have to do it that way. I can do it this way. And alcohol ink dries out very quickly, so it's just a matter of putting more on and then dabbing it on. That certainly isn't too bad. Doesn't really hide much, but it's not bad at all. And it looks like it might go well on the rest of the cup. You can also layer alcohol inks. Give this a minute to dry, and then you can put more on top and make it a darker. So while that's drying, I'm going to see how this looks on the side. It's actually, that's not bad at all. It's a little weak, but like I say, we can let it dry and then layer more on top. I kind of like how that looks. Okay, I was a little concerned. I didn't want to make everything so blue that it was, I don't know, painfully obvious it was just a blue gap instead of a white gap. But I kind of like how this looks. Just dab it on as much as you need to camouflage things, blend things. Okay, there's that. Now, let's go to the other side. Come up here and do the same thing. You can go all the way up to the top. You can leave it white on the top, around the rim, however you want to. This is really personal preference. You don't have to use any alcohol ink at all. You could just leave it glow white if you wanted to. I just think this makes it a little less distracting. There's a big old gap between the two sides. And we'll put some down here at the bottom. Especially when it's right next to a blue tattoo part, then it makes a little more sense. When I'm all done and I have the ink where I want it, I'm gonna let everything dry thoroughly and then take it out on the deck and spray it with 2 coats, of Rust-Oleum Clear in matte, because what goes over this next is a layer of epoxy. And so the matte will give the epoxy something to hold onto when I put it on. So that's why we use matte spray. We're going to stop now and let the ink dry. See you in a minute. Here it is. It's done. Look how beautiful this is. Can you see the sparkles? Put a layer of epoxy resin on it with Marabou Rainbow alcohol ink in it for a sparkle. I just think that's gorgeous. I am so thrilled with how this turned out. I would cut it differently next time. I would not trim off quite as much as I did. But other than that, I think the alcohol inks worked. I think the tattoo looks absolutely fantastic. I love how it sparkles. I am really happy with how this turned out. It is so exciting to have this tattoo tumbler. Something different to add to the collection. Okay, so let's take it inside and see how it glows in the dark.